July of 356 BCE, a man named Herostratus walked into the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, and then he set it on fire. This wasn't a protest. He wasn't making a statement. He was literally clout chasing. When he was captured and tortured, he confessed to doing it for one reason and one reason alone. He wanted to be famous. He wanted his name to live forever. So he burned down one of the seven wonders of the ancient world because he wanted to be famous, which unfortunately is something that we still see happen from time to time today. The Ephesians, they were so horrified by the vanity of this crime that first they executed him, but then they issued a decree of damnatio memoriae. Now, damnatio memoriae, this literally made it illegal, according to some texts, under penalty of death to ever speak the name of Herostratus again. The goal is that they wanted to completely erase the very fame that he had destroyed their most sacred site to achieve. So while the smoke was still rising over the ruins in Ephesus, though, across the Aegean, we have something that's pretty exciting happening over in Macedonia. That same night, the same night of the fire, Queen Olympias gives birth to a son named Alexander. By the time Alexander was a teenager, there's a story going around that Artemis, that she is so distracted, that she is so preoccupied with the birth of this future conqueror that she just wasn't home at her temple in Ephesus to prevent the fire. So the destruction of this old world wonder and then the arrival of the man who would go on to dismantle the Persian Empire, this both happened within the same 24-hour window. And so decades later, Alexander himself, he arrives at Ephesus. The temple is still being rebuilt, and Alexander, he offers to fund the entire project out of his own pockets. But he just has one condition, one caveat, is that his name must be carved into the marble. So the priests, they famously turn him down, and their reasoning is, this is actually kind of funny, the reason they give him is, it is not fitting for one god to build a temple to another god. And so the temple, it remains independent, but it doesn't stop the name of an infamous conqueror, a goddess, and an arsonist from going down in history being completely tied together. So it's actually kind of ironic in a way that the only reason that we even really remember Herostratus' name is that Alexander was born while the temple was burning down.